This is an MRT News Channel alert. At the moment, the GSM, welcome to the MRT News Channel GSM live stream. Good evening, my name is Skelly Zomperman, and we are currently following the general staff meeting. We are on section 1E out of 5B. You can see it right here. You can see the progress that everything's been done. We are on 1E, which I believe is related to the anniversary. All the other sections for 5A and 5B have been completed. You can see a lot of titles were redacted. There were 2 proposals, 5 project proposals, and 4 town auction proposals. An update, not much has occurred. As you can see, not much has occurred except that Underscore Castle and God's Return were obtained as moderators following a 3-month probation period. Both of them were promoted to trial moderator in the April 2017 GSM, and they were the first 2 staff members to get the trial mod rank, even though other staffs before them have been put on probation before when entering the staff for the first time. There was speculation about whether or not they would be retained. They have been retained, in fact. And JPH Golf 421 is the only trial moderator still. At the moment, we are currently following the GSM. And as you can see here, the public portion has been completed.
Probably. I don't know. We'll see.
The public portion has been completed, and we are currently streaming it live. Everything with the staff members are currently on tea break.
I don't know. I don't know anything else on the agenda, so I'll just we'll see. PBC Radio 1. What's that, Skelly? It was Oh, that's Sesh Penguin. Okay. Oh yeah. Yes, Skelly, you should not. Can you tell me before you're gonna release polls or something? Because I had nothing prepared. Because I was wondering when it was gonna happen today. No, Kitty didn't. Kitty didn't notify me. Kitty didn't tag me or anything. He just said we're gonna do it now, so I didn't get any notifications at all, and I was going to bed. Yeah, doing it afternoon, late afternoon your time is really shitty for me. I'm not saying it was your fault. I'm just saying, if something's gonna happen, can you just get someone to notify me? Because then I had someone complaining oh, I've Can you just do one? Can you just do both of them, please? Wait, so yeah, Skelly, how many have you got in so far? I'm just gonna check how you got right now. What I basically did was get my old poll. I'm just saying because it's just. Oh, well. Please cut it out. Oh, well. Oh, I've got 5 responses. It's fine. I don't see how saying the amount of responses you get is in like private information. It's just saying I've got 5 responses.
For those of you just joining us, the private portion has just concluded not too long ago. The public portion will be starting soon, including the announcement of all the results from Fumble. You can continue to watch this or follow at MRT_news channel on Twitter in order to follow the public portion.
About that, I got moved into P1 with Thomas. It's getting hard to like think of who has seen what I'm building because I know a few people was interested. It's getting hard to like manage what is seen by who because of how many stations I built out connected up now. Oh great. Have you seen what I did in Vedantium? My man.
Yeah, I did.
Like the Eustonstall station fully stacked.
That's nice. I still think you should make London Blackfriars somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I left in that conversation. You had an mentioned what was it? Not London Bridge. No, I left the Blackfriars, but I left at that moment. You said that.
Yeah, I had to go. Yeah. London Bridge. I like London Bridge because, like, especially after like the renovations, like they've taken an old station and they've remade it. And it's like the actual concourse area is twice the size of of like the pitch at Wembley Stadium.
Jesus.
It's a massive station. I think they have 6 terminating platforms and 9 through platforms.
Well, there is actually a station bigger on here, but the issue is it has one elevator going from all platforms to the top level.
Yeah,
the
I know.
Cleed. Oh, great.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine the
Well, no, I know the
congestion
Cleed is
though,
bigger, but I
because
mean, like,
if all platforms are actually riding on schedule at some point, there will be about 90 trains per hour per direction through the station.
And the public portion is about to start. We are gonna bring that to you live.
For a busy commuter routes all over
yeah, but
the
not everyone will
MRT.
be getting
Arriving
off
at
the
Le
Cleed.
Cleed, and then
The Cleed,
everyone
I
needs to
think,
go
the
through
Cleed
that
is more
one
like a station
elevator.
everyone will be transferring at.
No, but just imagine, like 108 trains. Just imagine, like 4 or 5 of them.
And we are starting the public
exiting
portion
into
now.
the entrance with that one elevator. Like, oh god, that's going to be a clogged up mess.
Okay. I'm just gonna restart recording here. All right. Welcome everyone. Hello.
Hi.
Say hello. Hi. Hello. Okay. So this is the public portion for the general staff meeting for the Minecraft Rabbit Trans server for July 9th, 2017. It is a few days before the 5th anniversary of whatever this is. So I'm gonna go right into the topics here. Okay, so let's talk about the 5th anniversary. There are some events that are going to be happening. There are some member organized events such as the MRT Open Cup, and I think there's a fireworks show from Solars and the Taco Burrito-thon. Those will be happening. But there will be also some server organized events as well. Godzilla Train and Yoshi are going to be setting up a old world tour with some commentary from a lot of the older members, such as like Benny, Keko, myself as well. So that'll be set up hopefully by the anniversary date. That's July 13th. So hopefully be ready by then. So be sure to look for that coming up. In addition to that, we're going to have, not on the day of, but Thomas Fife is going to be setting up a MRT theme park. It'll be located east of Central City in the middle of the forest. So we'll be clearing a little area around there for that. And this will be a community build, basically. Similar to the one that we did for the Blob Studios live stream several years ago. But it'll be different in the sense that it'll be done over a couple weeks. So the dates for that one will be starting on July 22nd all the way to August 5th, I believe, or 3rd. Yeah, or something like that. So yeah. So be sure to be there on the first day so you can start building, I guess, whatever rides or attractions there. Again, it's a community build, so every member is invited to that. And additionally to that, in terms of other events that might be happening, there isn't really much outside of that. I will be on the server pretty much all day on the anniversary date on Thursday, July 13th, just to hang out. Don't expect too much. Again, it's 5 years. It's a long time. So if you want to reminisce about old things, I'd totally be down for that. I've already done that a few times on the server. So, yep. The last thing we want to talk about community issues is a proposal from Autobus regarding drivable blocks. I will be looking into adding andesite, granite, and diorite to the UCAR's driving list, but I will not be adding stone or just regular stone because that is a very naturally occurring item or block in the world, and that would basically allow people to drive on mountains essentially. So we'll not be adding regular stone, but I will be looking into the other ones. I will also like to reiterate that I am very reluctant in adding additional blocks, because when you do so, it does allow people to place cars inside buildings as well, or in walls. So for example, if I were to enable andesite and there was a building made of andesite, people would be able to place cars in the walls of that building, which is not good, and does add more entities that people forget to remove. I will also mention that when we do update to 1.12, which I'll talk about later on in this meeting or in this public portion, we will also be adding concrete and concrete powder as drivable surfaces as well. So, moving on to section 2, roads. I-90 made a proposal for a really long road. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it was a really, really long road that should have been cut up into several portions, and it also goes to an area that there's not very many towns, so that has been denied. This road, it basically went into the western desert area, west of the Mesa biome. The other road that was proposed was a very short B road, a B40 extension proposed by Tommy 8. This has been approved. There was some discussion concerning this very short distance of this road, whether it should have been even asked at GSM. But in the end, I think we agree that even though it's a short road, it should still be proposed at GSM, because we want to make sure there's a paper trail and that all staff are aware of this road. So the 300 block rule regarding roads is still in place. So if you have a B road that's even slightly longer than that, say 500 blocks or 1,000 blocks, please still send in proposals for that, so that we know. Moving on to section 3, projects. Airbuses. Well, from Soso123, he was proposing airbuses for his futuristic city. Again, in the previous GSM, we made it clear that we were only approving air-based travel for towns where ground-based travel is not realistic. So, for example, towns that are built high in the mountains or in sort of extreme savanna biomes, those will be allowed. But for anything else, we will not be approving that at this time. So Soso's proposal has been denied.
Short of that, also possibly we may consider it as well if the town has a really futuristic theme or something along those lines.
I don't think we said that. I think, did we? Pretty sure.
I thought it was just to go along with the theme of the town.
No,
Maybe. Never mind.
No, we didn't. Okay. So, I mean, later on, we may come back to this, and maybe for futuristic towns, we may open it up to that. But right now, as it is, we're not going to allow that. So, moving on to 3B. This topic did provoke a healthy debate, but I think we did come to a conclusion about it. Heaven Angel wants to build a space facility, or spaceship construction facility, I guess would be maybe a better way of talking about it, in his city of Kiris. And there was some debate of whether this fit as an airfield or a large airport. After clarifying that, we said that this he's already started building this facility, so we said that this facility should be part of his large airport. Now, we would like to also, coming from this, we'd like to make a clarification to the large airport rule. The rule has basically said, as it stands, your large airport, once you get to governor rank, your large airport would be at maximum 50% of the size of your city. But there is no rule saying that it has to be all in one contiguous area near your town. So if you want to split up your allocation for your large airport, say, for example, building hangars on another side, another part of the city, or maybe across a road or something like that, that is allowed. So for Heaven Angel's case here, he has not built a large airport yet, but if he wants to build his spaceship construction facility, that would count toward that large airport. And if he wants to build an actual large airport later on, or like with a runway and all the terminal buildings and such, then yeah, he would be able to do that as well, minus the portion that he's already taken for his factory. So that's that. Next up is 3C, the Copperport Ski Resort, proposed by Mike Roma. This has been flatly, absolutely, unequivocally denied, at least when it comes to where location it was proposed in, which, given basically the image that we saw was right in the middle of the ocean, and he basically requested that there be a mountain terraformed from the middle of the ocean. We're not doing that. However, we did notice that there are other mountainous biomes nearby Copperport. So if Mike Roma wants to terraform a mountain from there, that would probably be okay. He would need to ask a staff member for help doing that, I believe. But definitely, we're not going to be making any sort of artificial islands or mountains even in the middle of the ocean. Next up, 3D, Rail Link and Desert Line regarding Autobus. Autobus, I'm going to talk to you privately about this, but I will just say right now, this proposal has been denied for any further expansion of Rail Link along the Desert Line. And yes, there are further issues that need to be resolved regarding this. And finally, 3E regarding another again from Otto, the Rail Link Central City Far West Station. This has been denied because we do want to build a third-party rail station, but we do not want it to be specific to one rail company or another. This station would be shared amongst many different rail companies. We don't want to prefer one company over the other when it comes to such a neutral place such as Central City. So in addition to this, the area that around where Autobus proposed this, which is west of Central City, we've set up a World Guard region around that because we're reserving it because it may become a place where that station will be built. But we're not sure yet. The alternative would also actually to build this rail station underneath Central City in a more central location. So just to be clear, the area that's been world guarded is north of Sea Lane, west of the highway, west of Central City. I believe there is an RL or Regional Connect line that's already going through that area. So we have world guard that region for now, until we make a decision. And to be clear, we're not going to be able to make a decision for quite a while, probably for several months or several GSMs, considering the decisions that we have to make. For example, how many lines we have to give for each rail company, how large a station will be. Also, whether or not should there be one station for warp rails or another one for the regular rail systems, or should we combine them? There are a lot of issues that staff will need to go through. Staff will be trying to basically we'll be forming a committee of sorts to try to figure that out in between GSMs, and hopefully get to somewhere on that soon. Moving on to town auctions, section 4. C61 ZS18, the intersection of the Circle and Zephyr South lines, that has been approved. That the new owner is Ryan FR, or also known as Ryan Friel. P22, P23, requested by Cy Amethyst. This has been denied because we just discovered that the town owner I believe it's BHAM 911. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
No,
but
it's Malbert 911.
Malbert 191. Oh, I think that's his old name, but yeah, it's probably the same one. So Malbert 911 actually was active in the last month or so. So we would recommend that scientists contact this person first before they do that.
Also,
Nick. Oh, yep.
on that, someone claims D20, can't remember who, but if you find that person, tell them that you can't claim it because it's not account.
Next up is Foresee T40, requested by the Subway. This has been approved, however, well, actually, no, that's not correct. This has not been approved, actually. Sorry, correction there. We would so basically the Subway wants to expand Spruce Valley toward the east because he has T41, so he's expanded T40. But there's also another city owned by Extreme F to the south of this T40, T39. Basically, we're in the corner of the Taiga line here. And they're pretty much equidistant. So I would like to request that the Subway talk with Extreme F to see if he's okay with this taking over T40. If he is, then it's basically approved. If not, then it will be up to them to figure out how to share or divide up T40. So once again, not approved necessarily right now. We would like the Subway to reach out to Extreme F first. And finally, 4D F6. This has been requested by a different submerged Subway, not the same as the Subway, because now we have two Subways on this server, which I guess kind of makes sense. This has been approved. So submerged Subway is the new owner of F6. Okay, so I'm going to talk about. We're in the other section. I'm going to talk about one other topic here before I get to the big news. So MRT extensions. We're trying to get people to work on it. Thomas is going to make a proposal about the final Mesa line and probably build that out, hopefully into the new Southwest area. We're trying to get more people to sign up and take on the other lines, though again, I'm not overly optimistic. Frankly, I think the fact that AP Red was able to build the northern line is a pretty much short of a miracle. I don't know. Maybe I'm just having low expectations. I'm not saying that's a bad thing to have. I'm just saying that's the way it is. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some traction going on there and see how that goes. And finally, here comes the big news. The beta server has been up for a week, almost a week now, with Minecraft 1.12 update and several new plugins. I'm pretty much going to announce right now that tomorrow morning, starting at, I believe, in my time, in Pacific Daylight Time, it'd be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. That'd be, I believe, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. UTC. I will be updating the main server to Minecraft 1.12. And there's a few other things I want to mention about that as well. So the server will be down during that time. The beta server will still be up during that time as well. So if you want to go poke around in there while the main server is down, that's totally fine. Again, griefing's not the main thing to do on there. So again, don't go crazy on there. I will mention a few things. On the beta server, we tested 3 new plugins. Those are Lift, Editable Signs, not editable, and third one was Armor Stand Tools. Out of those 3, Lift and Armor Stand Tools will probably be installed. We've tested Lift quite a bit, and it seems to be a good. It's going to be a good successor to the Easy Elevator plugin. Mind you, the Easy Elevator plugin will still also be installed on there, so both plugins will coexist. However, any new elevators, we will recommend that you use Lift instead, because Easy Elevator is a very old plugin, and it's kind of a miracle that's still working, but you never know in future updates whether it's going to break. So I would highly recommend people start moving away from Easy Elevator and toward Lift instead. And well, I forgot to mention, the one plugin that we're not going to be installing, the one new plugin, is Editable Signs, because what I've discovered is Core Protect, our block logging plugin that allows us to roll back stuff and do block checks and stuff. That Editable Signs, the Core Protect can't detect when someone edits a sign like that. We're using that plugin. So that could basically open people up to they could edit a sign and there'd be no record of that happening. So, and they could vandalize a sign and change things. And unfortunately, we can't really allow that on the server. So unfortunately, no. So again, Lift and Armastand tools be installed. Editable signs will not be installed on main server. One final thing I also mentioned, Elytra Wings. I know people really, really want that. On main server, on beta server, we did test out Elytra Wings with a limited number of players. That it does cause some lag because of the number of chunks being loaded, but it doesn't seem to be as big an impact as before. So on main server, we're going to enable Elytra Wings initially on main, and we will see what happens. If it causes a crash of any sort, then they're getting banned right away. But if it doesn't, or at least if it doesn't cause any significant lag, it might not even crash, but it'll cause significant lag, then we will keep the wings as they are. So try not to abuse the Elytra Wings when they're available on main server. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully the update will go well tomorrow. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing I've done in beta, but yeah. So I really want to try to get the update before the anniversary, so at least we're on the latest version there. I've done this all out of order. There's a few other last things I want to mention before we get to the Q&A. I'm just going to mention a few member-organized events that are happening on the server, because I just want to, it's not just us guys doing the events, it's other people. So the 7th Taco Burrito-thon, organized by Skelly Zopperman, will be held this Saturday at July 15th at 5 p.m. UTC. I think that's like 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So please be sure to attend that. Next up is the United Cities election is happening from July 16th to 23rd. So get your votes in for that. The Ivella Expo, organized by LD Shadowlord. This is an expo, a convention for people to show off their stuff. It's happening from July 26th to 30th. And LD just wanted me to put a little reminder that vendor applications are closing tomorrow. So be sure to, if you want to participate in that, please be sure to send an application there. JPH Golf 4321 is organizing the MRT Open Spleef Cuff, because we definitely need more spleef on the server, and sarcasm tag. So the semifinals and finals will be happening on this weekend, next weekend, July 15th or July 16th. And what's this last one that Yoshi on here? Yoshi wants to make a escape game show. There'll be a sign-up sheet apparently soon, but keep your eyes out for that. And I think that's about it.
Mind if I say something about the UC election?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so for the UC election, if anyone is interested, I need people to serve as election commissioners. So basically, you would be in a group of people responsible for organizing the election. Obviously, I can't do it because that's bad. And so to do that, you basically need 7 nominations from members of the UC, and you don't have to be on the UC to be able to do this. So if it's something you're interested in, you can get in contact with me somehow, either on Discord or in-game.
Cool.
That's it.
As an aside, Castle, if I were to sign up as an election commissioner, do you think that would work out or not?
You would be allowed to. I mean, if it's something you
We
want
just
to
didn't
do.
think you would want to.
Depending on how much time I have next week, maybe. Again, considering how much people claim I rigged the lottery, I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
You wouldn't be the only one. It's a committee of 5. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know that it's a joke, right, from Paul?
I know that's a joke. I'm just saying, I still have a reputation to hold. Oh, now they're buying lotto tickets. Okay. All right. So, anyone else? Well, I'm just going to go straight to the open floor and Q&A. So, yes. So how this works is, if you have a question, a concern, complaint, comment, anything basically you want to say during this open floor, again, anything goes here. So how it works is, please PM me in Mumble or in game. Just say that you have a question. Don't post your whole question because I'm probably going to lose it. So, yes.
For those of you watching the broadcast, you can in fact ask questions through the MRT News channel. Just tweet at MRT in the News channel, or direct message me, Skelly, in Discord. You can do that.
Okay,
Anyone is allowed to do that.
so far, so please PM me.
That is me, correct?
Yes.
I sent it across around early, so I didn't know if you saw it. Okay, thanks.
Do you guys really not have some things to talk about? Like, come on, again, keep it server related, no joke things, but I mean,
Are you waiting for questions from both? You should turn around.
I'm not going to.
Oh yeah, there's a box around him. Sort of.
It's not even a box. It's not a box.
Oh.
Yeah, but we put barrier blocks around him so no one could nudge him out of the way.
Who said it to class?
I did. Still trained it.
Undo it.
Guys,
Thank you.
Seriously, Frumple, you should actually turn around. This is pretty cool.
He'll do it later. Does anybody have questions?
On a serious note, does anyone have does anyone have questions? This is last call.
Okay, I have a question from a person in game, but they're not on Mumble, so I'll have to figure out something there. But I think I'll figure something out. Anyway, let's start off with Autobus.
Yeah, I had 2 topics this time. I did write them down instead of last time, so I didn't forget them again. Yeah, that was kind of embarrassing. For the driving surfaces, concrete blocks, will all colors of concrete be added to the drivable surfaces, or just certain colors?
I believe on beta server it's set up to be actually all concrete. So all colors.
Okay, that's lovely. That means my bike lanes won't get in the way of driving new cars. How far east is the protection for the warp train station in Central City? Because I was kind of building a line a little bit further east than just the spot I mentioned.
So how far west it goes is the edge of basically
West, yeah, sorry.
the switchyard, where I believe that's and Memfish can probably correct.
West you wanted it to go?
Did I not make it clear? Oh well.
No, you said that was. I thought that was how far south you wanted it to go.
Oh no, I actually wanted that whole area.
Defining the region, please hold.
Okay, well, okay. So yeah, basically up to that switchyard that you see on Dine map.
That's going to need to make a very serious loop around. Great. That's fine.
Again, this part is again we're trying to reserve this part so no one starts building a city actually there. I do know that Sea Lane is slowly creeping up from the south, so I want to make sure that area is at least clear. And I do, again, this is going to be if it's going to be a warp rail station at the very least, we do probably need that much space. So yeah, sorry, Fish, I'm not making that clear.
It's all good. I'm redefining it right now.
Okay.
The x coordinate line is it's going to be top corner is minus 1080 and minus 600.
Okay, sounds good.
Yep, I agree. I can work around that. Thank you for answering my question.
Okay. I will talk to you later about other stuff, Otto, so don't go away.
Fine. I'm pretty much able to stay because this GSM ended so early.
Okay. So next up is Mervyn Ang. He's on a mumble right now, so I'm not sure if someone can convey this. His question is regarding, I believe, a previous town auction. I'm not sure staff remember this. He has a question about why did some staff say I had to connect... Oh, Jesus. Okay. I'm going to continue it anyway. His question is, I just want to know why did some staff say I had to contact a town owner myself, while others said staff will do that instead. That's most likely because there's probably miscommunication about how the town auction, how it's going to get, how basically what the player should do. So yeah, I think, I don't know, like I'll have to talk with him later about that and clear that up. So what else we got here? Skelly, Zomperman, do you have questions?
Yes, my first question is there were several more redacted topics. Were there topics that were kept private? Because I feel like there were less topics gone over than there were on the agenda.
Okay, I will say that at least 3 of the redacted topics in section 1 were regarding the 5th anniversary, and those were actually just announced in the public portion. So the reason why they're redacted is just to surprise people, and so that is the reason. The other redacted topics in the section 1, I'm not going to comment too much. Some of them were just mainly internal things that, like operations of the staff, which were just sort of administrative stuff. So nothing too big there. There were no real. Well, I'll say this: in section 1, we expected not too many heavy topics to happen in this GSM before when we planned it. Eventually, other topics came up, which turned into actually rather heavy discussion, which is kind of why this GSM took longer. It felt like this feels like a normal GSM, so it wasn't really much of a mini GSM, I would say.
It was an hour shorter, though.
Sure didn't feel like, but okay.
Nope. Okay, so
I also Dragon Bloom 419 sent mail into MRT News Channel asking, will there be a CC East station if there is a CC West station?
We don't even know if there's going to be a CC West station. We'll have to talk about that at anything. Most likely only one, though.
And Murphy's back, by the way.
Okay. Would someone mind PM or just telling him? Yeah, thanks.
So what was the answer to his question?
Basically, it was probably a miscommunication between staff about what he should do. Yeah, someone will need to. I guess it's probably he needs to talk to that person. The staff won't do it for him, I think.
And he left.
You know what? Never.
/mail.
You know what? Never mind. Whatever. Okay. I'm already at the end of my question list, or so. Please.
I have a question.
Sure. What's your question?
When will some of the plugins like UCars get updated?
Probably never. Well, what do you mean by updated? Because, well, first off, we don't control that I-90. In terms of, yeah, it's basically up to the plugin developer to update their plugin. So, and UCars particularly is not getting as well updated before 1.12. It is still working in 1.12 for the most part.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, because I noticed a lot of flying, and I couldn't do any videos with the flying issues.
No.
Yeah,
that's
there, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's something you'll have to deal with. There again, I want to make it very clear to people that the plugins that we have now, particularly even the optional plugins that we have, like Easy Elevator, UCars, like the armor stand, even Lift that we're gonna the one that we're gonna add. There's no guarantee that those will still work. There could be another Minecraft update later on where it'll just all break down. And if that happens, we'll have to adapt to that. Either find a new plugin, or just get rid of it. Unfortunately, which is something we have done in the past. When it comes to, say, more critical plugins, like for example MyWarp, or like even a permission plugin or essentials, even like those ones, if we find that they break, we will definitely not update to or do updates there, because that will cause a lot of pain for a lot of people on the server. I especially know that if I were to update the server and get rid of the MyWarp plugin because of some issue, a lot of people would probably leave the server because they rely on that a lot. So, yeah.
And Micro wants to know about his will he have to resubmit plans for a ski resort if he wants to use the mountain biome surrounding his?
No, he does not have to do that. If he wants to start building a mountain in one of the mountain biomes, yeah, he can go ahead and do that. Just make sure, at the very least, maybe just notify one of the staff members, or at least maybe email staff where he's going to do it, because there are some options. He could do it either west or north, I believe. So, and he's run to the store. Great.
So,
well, he's still typing.
People leaving in the middle of a question today.
That's like, goodbye.
Hi,
He read it. It's
okay, bye.
I-90, can you hold on? Can you? Are you? So turn off your mic, please. Yeah. So the problem here is we're getting feedback because you have speakers. So please try not to turn on your mic when other people are talking, because then it'll just cause feedback on our end. Okay. Yes. Any further questions, concerns, comments? Even from staff? I don't know.
Is this Tuesday going to be Taco Tuesday?
It's always Taco Tuesday.
That's a good idea. I should go get some tacos. I should do that for the anniversary. No, it'll be Taco Thursday.
Taco Thursday, I like it.
Should I go on Mumble on the
tacos on Thursday?
Should I go on Mumble on Thursday?
Okay. Twitch has an IRL section. Just stream your journey to go and get tacos.
As long as it's not on Mondays, because then Markiplier McMondays would be ruined. That's probably a meme no one knows. Never mind.
Markiplier is nothing to do with the MRT server.
No, it's a reference to a meme.
You should turn around, Crumple.
I'm not turning around. Not around.
Chief.
But why not?
I'm not turning around. Hi, Chief.
You should turn around.
Not turning around. I'll do it at the very end, okay? Anyone have any further questions or concerns or comments or?
I have a question.
Yes, Robin?
When are you free?
After I talk with Otto, probably right after this if you want. But again, I'm not going to say
Why did I
anything.
get teleported?
I'm not going to say anything inspirational or anything like that, so don't expect too much. So yeah.
Just
Okay.
literally say the words. Anything inspirational and it'll be fine.
Well, I have to kind of make it up on my own, I think, so. Time to make my move has a question. That's PM being game. The question is, do I have to contact staff if I want to add, remove, fix a lane on an A road, or am I allowed to edit them without approval if it is near my town? That's a hard question. I'm not sure what it would be.
I think
see
he's
what
allowed.
saying.
I think he's
no,
allowed.
I would actually say no, he's not. If it's an A road, it's owned by the server. You have to just ask staff for approval. It doesn't have to be GSM, it's just ask staff. Someone will give you a thumbs up, and thumbs up or thumbs down, and you move forward.
Yeah,
that's one issue with that.
I helped him make
because
an exit earlier, so.
That's one issue with that, because I'm pretty sure the road rules say that making an exit for your town is classified as a minor edit and can be done without approval.
But it's not necessarily his exit, and he's asking specifically to fix a lane on an A road, not fix an exit. So I just PM'd him. He should just email staff just to be sure what he's doing. So.
Okay.
Not necessarily even email, just get one staff to approve it.
Yeah, maybe. Well, again, as we discovered, making sure all staff are aware of this change is the key here. So.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yes.
If the server wanted to use stocks again, could we possibly do that?
What do you mean by stocks?
That was a thing that Frozen set up. He had a stock.
Yeah, he and LD were doing something. They're probably the people to ask more so
It
than
wasn't going to be officially server related. It was more just a player setup initiative.
Yeah,
so
you're
if
welcome
you
to
want,
make your own
if you want to
stocks
set
if you
one
want.
up, go for it.
Cool.
Anything else? Going once, going twice.
All info.
Sold to the man in the back with the weird
What?
cowboy hat.
What? I'm not wearing a weird cowboy hat.
Sold to the man in the front with a
So you,
green cap around
I'm afraid
his
that
face.
due to the lack
I
of
don't even know
questions,
what
we
I just-
haven't met
what
our
did I just buy?
reserve. We haven't actually met our reserve, so no.
Right.
okay. The Lytras are not back. Can someone tell Elite? Anyway, I'm gonna stop recording now. Anyway, thanks for coming, guys. Happy anniversary. Oh boy.
Yay.
5 years of this stuff. Yeah. Woohoo.
Hey, Christmas.
Turn around.
I
get a little bit nervous.
I just found Chief's area in the staff world.
Wait, what did you...
Truffles just...
Oh, you found my
Oh
lab.
yeah, we trapped you in a barrier block box.
Wait, Fish, you found my lab.
I found your lab on the staff world.
Nice.
By the way, Frumple, can you
Has a
do your
boat.
stuff in the MRT tour thing?
I'm being pulled in several locations. Okay, so
You were just watching the general staff meeting in which you've just been watching the general staff meeting in which owner Frumple had rattled off several things at the GSM, nothing really major after the promotions of Underscore Castle and Godzilla Train. A few auction requests denied. There will be some server organized events such as the park live stream, the community builder live stream, whatever it will be. There will be more on the MRT news report coming up later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time here on MRT News Channel. Don't forget that for the latest updates, you can watch MRT. You can follow at MRT in the Score News channel on Twitter and go to http://tinyurl.com/MNC stories. This has been an MRT News Channel alert, the July 2017 General Staff Meeting public portion.